Okay, I'll share my screen as well. Can't hear it.
I could hear it. Not now.
Yeah, I'm coming back. I just had the wrong speakers.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the call. I can see everyone starting to come in now. If you want to just go into the chat and open the chat and just change it to all panelists and attendees and let us know where you are calling in from. We are really excited to have a great lineup again for you here today. Just change it to all panelists and attendees so everyone can see your comments so we can interact and engage. Hey, Evangeline. Hey, David, Susan. Hello, everybody. It's great to see you here. You'll only have to do that change one time to all panelists and attendees, and then it will should stay there for you as well. Otherwise, only the people on the panel can see it, which is just a few of us. So great to have everyone here. We'll be kicking off in just a couple of minutes at 12 o'clock. So a little change today. I will be emceeing as well because Justin has a little bit of a croaky voice. So he decided not to share that with all of you today. And as you can see here, if you want to enter our raffle, please go to that link, bit.ly/renew raffle, just one entry per person, please, and go in and enter the raffle. We'll be drawing raffle prizes between each speaker. And we have a special offer as well, which I will go through with you over the call as well. Excellent. We got some people from Malaysia and Singapore and Thailand. Fantastic. Oh, and we have, I know that's Jen and Jeanette in Brisbane with 10 people in their lounge room. Fantastic. It is always fun to get together and use an event to watch together. So let us know where you are calling in from, where you're listening in from today. It'd be great. We'll just wait a couple of more minutes for people to come on. All right. And here is Janene. Hello, Janene. How are you?
Oh, good, darling. Boy just made it. I've handed her over to others for care.
Fantastic. Okay. All right, we'll kick off on 12. Hello, Heather and David from Adelaide, Brisbane. We've got people from all over. It's great to see. Not as many from the US as usual, because I hope they are all off doing fun things with their family for their Thanksgiving weekend this weekend in the United States. All right, I'm just going to get this on the live and record it. Where did that go? Okay. There it is. Okay, that is not going to work for me on the privilege for live streaming. That is a shame. Okay, well, I'll just record this. Sorry, technical challenges. Record this. No, we didn't get any music. Hey, Justin.
I can hear some music.
It's like barely. Okay, all right. Well, we are going to kick off. Welcome everyone to the Changemakers Women Who Lead event. So this is our last event for 2020. We've had a few of these events, so it is great to have you all here with us. So today we have a great lineup of speakers for you. So as I said, let us know, change it to all panelists and attendees in the chat so we can all interact and engage, and let us know where in Australia or the world that you are calling in from. I would also love to know if you're here learning about ASEA for the first time. So my name is Nicole Dennis, and I am very blessed to be an ambassador Dymond with ASEA, and I've been able to help people all over the world with these amazing products, this amazing technology. And we have a great lineup of speakers who are going to share what they have experienced with ASEA for you today. So first up, we have Sally Dymond, and she is, so Sally is a therapist, and before ASEA, every cent Sally ever made was from working with a client. She was stuck in trading time for money and no work, no pay until she met ASEA. So Sally was able to build a six-figure annual income in small increments of time around her busy life, and also really help her clients to get better results through ASEA products. So Sally now gets more choice over how she spends her time with her family. And Sally is also on the ASEA Medical Professionals Board. And today Sally is going to give us an overview of how you can, you know, of ASEA's products and of the technology. So I just want to invite you to enter the raffle with this link here, bit.ly renew raffle. I will put that in the chat box, and Sally is going to give us a 15-minute introduction to ASEA products. So over to you, Sally.
Thank you, Nicole. I'm just going to share my screen here. So hopefully that's all working for you. It's nice to see you all here today. There's a nice number of you joining here from all over the world. As Nicole said, I've been with ASEA now for 6 years, and it's completely changed my life, the way that we live our life, and also the health of our family. So I want to share with you just some of the science that goes with Redox and how it can help you and your family as well. So the science of redox biochemistry is large. It's global. There's science going on in every corner of the world to do with redox signaling molecules. That's what we're talking about today. The main ingredient of ASEA is redox signaling molecules. And if you go to ASEAscience.com, you'll be able to see all the science that's involved with what ASEA is doing. But basically, we're going to talk very, very briefly about the function of what these molecules are and how they impact and affect your health and your body. So there's lots of scientists that have been working on this technology, and ASEA is the only company in the world that has been able to stabilize these molecules and put them into a tube of Renew 28 and the bottle of ASEA, which is our liquid redox supplement. So you can use it in both ways. But you can see here there's universities from Yale, Medical College of Wisconsin, there's Sydney University, and they all have hubs where they're studying redox. So it is a science, it's real, and there's some amazing textbooks and sources and resources if you're into the science that you can go a little bit deeper and check out the background of the really in-depth nature of redox. But in short, the redox molecules are involved in every major system and function of our body, and they're foundational to self-healing. I've been in the healing game for 30 years, and when I discovered that ASEA is something that works on the cellular level, and it goes in and it helps the body start to signal and regulate and communicate from cell to cell. That's all I really needed to understand and hear, because I work very fundamentally with the energy system of the body. And when you work with energy and also with the cell, and you get them working together in perfect harmony, then we can have a massive change on all parts of the body. So deep down in your cell, if we were to take a dive, you have your mitochondria. Inside your mitochondria, we have our power plant and the ATP, which is what mitochondria produces, ATP, which produces our energy. And the spin-off from that process that happens next is we produce these things called redox molecules. We have our reductants and we have our oxidants, and you need both, and you need a complete set, and you need to have them all working. So I'm big on teaching people how to heal and how to help their body to heal, because everyone's cell and body has the ability to self-heal. So from when we're a child and we do something and we hurt ourselves, our body can automatically recover from a bump, a bruise, any type of trauma that comes into the body. The body has to go through a process of detecting, sending messages internally. That's the self-healing mechanism. And it's those messenger systems that happen. That's what we're talking about. So we need effective communication going on within our cells. And if I was to take you and break you all the way down, I would break you down into the systems of your body, the organs, break the organs down into the tissues down into your cells. And if I break the cells down, we have our redox molecules. So when we have healthy functioning cells, it creates that ripple effect right the way through all of those things up to you. And you can be functioning complete and whole when you've got a healthy functioning cellular system. So we all know our diet is poor, our environment is toxic, and it's not getting any better, sadly, these days. We're aging and sick for no reason. I don't know about you, but I'm hearing of people that are sick. They've got weird ailments, they have weird health problems that the doctor and no one else can really find any reasons for. They go to the doctor, they have blood work, they have the tests, and the doctor tells them they're normal, except when I look at them and you ask them how they are, nothing is normal. They've got all these kind of weird things going on. So if we can start to clean up the toxins and the things that are in our environment, it starts to have a massive impact on our health. But we need help, and we need our cells to be cleaning up our body as well. Now, the sad part is, for anyone who is over 40, the number of these molecules that we are producing naturally drastically starts to decline at the age of 40. So lucky for me, I found ASEA at 40, and I've been drinking it for 6 years. So that tells you my age. And when I started to drink ASEA, I was starting to notice signs of my eyes, starting to notice signs of, you know, just things were just starting to creak a little bit. They say when you turn 40, your eyes go, your knees go, and your joints go. And I was always pretty healthy. I was a swimmer. I just missed the Olympics in '92. And so I always thought I was invincible and never going to have that problem. But I can safely say now that after 6 years of drinking ASEA, I'm back in the water and I'm back training, and life couldn't be better, and my health couldn't be any better either. So if you're 40, this is the time that you should really start kicking into gear and starting to really take notice of what's happening in your body, because things are starting to degrade very drastically. If you're 60 and if you're 70, then things are looking a little bit more dire down in that cellular department of your body. And so when we start to replenish our body with redox, it's like we're winding the clock back. If you're 60, you might start to look, act, and feel like you did when you were 50. And I know that we want to go backwards and not forwards down that track of aging. So that's what ASEA is doing. We're diving deep into our cells, and we're starting to help the body look, act, and feel like we did when we were younger. So what is ASEA made of? Well, funnily enough, it's made from salt water. But if I were to ask you what is your body made of, we would say 70% saline water. If I was to ask you what the earth was made up of, I would say 70% salt water as well. So there's something magical about salt water if it's in the right combination and if it's in a healthy formulation. What ASEA has done is they've been able to pull the molecules apart of sodium chloride, hydrogen, and oxygen, and they take them apart and then they reform them into the structure of a redox molecule. Now, if you were to put that under a microscope and look at that, can compare it to salt water, they would look totally different. So we're not talking about salt water here. We're talking about something that through an electrobiochemical process, they put it through over a period of time, and it comes out as the structure of a redox molecule. So the third thing is it's stabilized, and that word is highlighted for a reason, because when we have a stable structure of redox, ASEA is the only company in the world that's been able to keep it in that stable structure. There is 33 international patents on the ASEA redox supplement, and you can't patent salt water. So that tells you something. This is not salt water, it's redox signaling molecules. And we have science and laboratories throughout the world that test ASEA to prove that it does contain these active redox molecules. So the active ingredient, like I said, is redox molecules, and we can find that in 3 of our products, in Renew 28, in our serum, and in our liquid product. So the first product was the liquid, and the second product was the gel. So I tell my clients, if you can touch your problem and it has anything to do with touching it, and it can be an internal problem or an external problem, then you want to be applying the gel quite often. I say like an addict, so 3 times in 5 minutes, several times a day, to that organ or to that whatever that system of the body is that you're trying to change. If it's a small area, then you can use the serum. And of course, if it's an internal problem that you can't touch, it might be to do with hormones or energy or just general overall health of your entire body, then we're drinking the liquid. If you can do both, obviously that's what I do. It's the only product I use on my body. We threw everything else out. So Renew 28 covers all bases. And then of course, our great skincare system that you can supplement with a moisturizer and a cleanser. Now, ASEA does do a lot of extensive science, and we say from the outside in, which is the Renew 28, and from the inside out, which is the ASEA liquid. This is one of the latest studies that they did, and you'll find it at that ASEAscience.com, and you look for the gene study. But we can show here a 20 to 31% difference in gene expression in 5 genes involved in the pathway signaling. And particularly the systems that we're looking at is inflammation, cardiovascular, immune system, hormone regulation, and digestive function. If I was to ask any one of my clients that walk through the door, if they suffered a problem in any of these systems, I would say at least 2 of them always come into play. There's always an itis, and there's always some type of hormone or gut issue that's probably at play. So if we can start to regulate at least 1, 2, 3, or all of these systems of the body, that is why we see such a great change in all aspects of our health, because when we get this right, we've pretty much got the fundamental of our body back working. The thing that really inspired me as a therapist, I'm dealing with the body, was that the Renew 28 shows a significant increase in skin blood flow to the area that you apply the gel, particularly 55% increase in the skin blood flow. As we know, the skin is the largest organ of the body, and this is what protects us from the elements. It regulates our body temperature and our fluid balance, and it is our largest organ of sensation. So when we get that gel all over our body and in different parts of our body, it starts to change the way that the blood is flowing through that area. So that can equate to healthy and radiant skin. I had a skin issue. That's why I first started to use Renew 28. I believe it was from chlorine and all sorts of damage from being in the water. It gives you relief from stretch marks, cellulite, spider veins, better circulation in your hands and feet, and reduce swelling and water retention. But for me as a therapist, it's about bringing the blood flow into the area, because we want to bring blood and life into that area if there's a problem that the body's trying to correct. So what do we know about these molecules? I want to tell you that they stimulate our body's ability to start to heal and repair on every level. They help that signaling and communication from cell to cell. It's a bit like that builder on the work site. If you don't have a really good builder taking charge of your build, that's telling the plumber where to go, the electrician where to go, telling the suppliers where to deliver the right goods at the right time so that it's all there working in sync, then the house is in disarray and it's running late. It's like our body. When something happens, we need someone as the master controller that's telling our body what to do, when to do it, where to do it, and how to do it. And so that's what ASEA is doing in a nutshell, in layman's terms. As soon as you add the Redox into your body, it's like the director, and it's telling everything else that you are currently doing with diet, with treatment, with whether it's medical or alternate. As soon as you add in the molecules, your cell signaling and communication pathway is working. I know in my family, when the communication goes out the window and everyone starts yelling at each other, nothing ever gets done. But when we can correct that communication pathway, everything happens smoothly and everyone's happy. So happy, healthy body equals happy, healthy communication. Expectation is a really, really important thing to discuss, because while this sounds amazing and miraculous, it is when it's taken at the right time for the right amount and you're taking enough product. So we have dosages that are for maintenance doses and dosages that are there for therapeutic doses. So whoever invited you here today, if you're dealing with a specific health concern, you should consult back with that person, and they can put you on the right program, tell you exactly what to take, when to take, and how to take it. But within 1 week, we will see a 10% improvement of your condition. It may not be exactly what you're wanting to see, but you will see a change in certain things that we're looking for, particularly sleep, energy, and mood happens fairly quickly. But after 3 months, we start to see a 90% change in the results of the body and the health. So when you're using enough product over a 3-month period, you will start to see changes. Now, if you're not seeing changes, then it's to do with your dosage, and you must get back to the person that's introduced this to you, and they can give you a more specific guideline. And remember, if they tell you to take a higher dose, it's not a forever dose, it's a treatment dose, and it might last for 3 months or 6 months, and then you'll be able to come back down to a regular dose or a maintenance dose as your health condition improves. So remember, it's Redox, it's not magic. Your body is magic, and Redox will help start the healing process within your body, but you have to give it a chance. And remember, it's probably taken you a long time to get to a state of ill health, and it will take some time to reverse the process back into health. I think that pretty much sums up my little share there, Nicole.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Sally. So Sally always does a great, succinct presentation. So now we are going to have a raffle draw, and then we're going to hear from a few people about their experience. So if you want to enter the raffle, this is the link for entering the raffle. It's also into the chat box. And just go in there and enter the raffle. And I think that Justin was going to give me the raffle person. Has he done that in the chat box? No.
That is congratulations to Ingrid Michelson from Australia.
Fantastic. Congratulations, Ingrid, on winning the raffle. So if you can please email me, I'll put my email into the chat box, and we will send you a little form to fill in, which just to put all your addresses so we can get the prize out to you. So there is the email. If you can just email me, Ingrid, please, and I'll get that form back to you. Okay, so next we are going to actually, Cristina Williams was up on the agenda next, and Cristina is actually in Mexico. She has terrible internet, so she has recorded a little video for us to play. So hopefully I can get that to work properly. So I'm just going to share the video, and she apologizes she couldn't be here live, but she thought the internet was so not great that that would probably be worse. So I'm going to play this video. It's about 7 minutes, and then we'll do another raffle draw, and we'll hear from our next speaker after that. So Cristina, is pretty amazing. She's spent 20 years building teams and organizations. She's a mother to 6 boys, and she's a triple diamond with the SIA, and she's been able to do really amazing things with the SIA.
Now, I would like to rewind, however, to 3 years ago. Exactly.
Let's start.
Hi everybody, my name is Cristina Williams. I am a triple diamond with a SIA. I'm a mother of 6 boys and lucky wife to Matthew Williams. It is a real treat to be here with you guys. I'm so sorry that it's a little noisy in the background, but I am coming to you today from Mexico, which has just been one of the beautiful opportunities that this company has given us the chance to experience. And that opportunity is travel. We love traveling, we love getting out and about, the reality is that it takes money, especially with a bunch of kids. Now, I would like to rewind, however, to 3 years ago. Exactly 3 years ago is when I got started with a SIA. And previous to that, I had been working by myself in my own company. I had around 12 staff. It was in the marketing industry. I was a single mum at the time with 4 kids, and things were kind of crazy. In fact, they were desperate. I remember simple things like not being able to buy my kids a round of shoes when they needed them, eating out in restaurants and having to order water for myself and get the kids to share entrees because I couldn't get them to, I couldn't afford the proper meals for everybody. It was a time of strife. I didn't have my own home. I had a bomb of a car. And what was crazy is that I was actually working really, really hard. I was stuck financially, but it wasn't because I wasn't hardworking. I was stuck because I was on the wrong vehicle. And so along came a SIA. Firstly, I discovered the product. For me, it was just witnessing the transformative power of redox molecules, what they did for Danny Doyle, what they did for my dad after he had been given very little chance of recovery after my mum had gone through a terrible health scare as well. One of our boys had been sick as well. My dad was on 12 different medications. My mum was going through test after test and facing radiation. Health is only important and becomes the center of everything when you suddenly don't have it. And for us, that's where we was at. I firstly came through a SIA looking for a solution for health challenges that many of my dear ones were facing. When I saw what a SIA did for my family, and especially back then for those very close ones to me, I realized that what we had wasn't just another cool product, it was a total breakthrough. It was a genuine breakthrough for humanity, for science, for health, for the beauty industry, for the sports industry. And why I got really excited, aside from being able to help so many people, which is always a dream of mine, right? I think we all want to impact the world. The other thing that really excited me was the chance to actually make a difference in my own family financially. Why? Because every time that there is a big shift in any industry, every time that there is a shift in communications, in transportation, in anything that is major, anytime that happens, well, we will see a change in the wealth as well. Right now, there is nothing more important than the health industry, and any opportunity that you might be considering could never be as big as an opportunity that is being brought to the health industry. I became excited about ASEA Redox when I realized that it was a product that wasn't just another thing on the shelf. It was a breakthrough. And beyond that, it was a breakthrough that only one company had. I still get goosebumps when I think about it, because we still are the first and only company in the world to produce redox signaling molecules. And they are exactly what your body needs to get well. And so that's why I launched. So excited to launch with ASEA. At around 4 months after I'd gotten started, I was able to kick my old job goodbye. And I have to tell you, I worked hard. I had many doubts. I had many inadequacies. Things didn't go smoothly for me. I stuffed things up majorly, but I just kept going. Why? Because I would look at the faces of my 4 little boys and I would think they deserve it. They deserve me learning. They deserve me to stuff up and get better. They deserve me stretching myself. I cannot give up. I cannot give up, because what do we go back to? I knew what we were going back to. We were going back to a life of struggle. I had pictures on the wall, pictures in the over the fridge of the places I wanted to visit, and I just couldn't keep lying to myself that we would ever get there, that we would ever have the life that we dreamed of if I didn't do something different. And so for that reason, I persevered, even though I didn't feel like it every day, even though sometimes it was totally scary. And a year later, 1 year after really putting ASEA into gear, because I joined, but I had just been using the product and kind of floating about. But I started in November of 2017. That's when I really got going. And in October of 2018, I was able to celebrate going Dymond. And since then, we've gone triple Dymond. This has severely changed our lives. But I say that not to say that we're anything special, but to say that the opportunity is special. You know, wherever you're at, whatever it is that you're going through, there is something here for you. There is something here that you can use to change your life. There is something here that you can take as a vehicle to help you accomplish whatever goals you're setting for yourself. And I want to reassure you that it does not matter who you are or where you've come from. You know, at the time that I got started, I didn't have any degrees in this. I didn't have any great connections. I didn't have any skill, particularly good contacts. What I had was low self-esteem. What I had was a bunch of debt. What I had was a bunch of kids. But the most important thing I had was big dream, big desire. And I love that we're putting on this event today, because you'll see people from all walks of life really take this opportunity into their hands and use it to transform the lives of others and to transform their own life. So I implore you not to let this pass. And if you're already involved, if you're already going, then don't sleep at the wheel. This is a great opportunity. Take it where you want to take it. 2020 has been a year where I think a lot of us have remembered, taken the time to remind ourselves of what's really important. There is nothing more important than family. There is nothing more important than your health and living your life to the fullest. And this vehicle, you know, what's inside this blue bottle can give you both. It can give you a life filled with opportunity, and it can give you that health that is really, really important to make sure that you're around a long time to enjoy it to the fullest, enjoy those rewards to the fullest. So thank you so much for hanging with me. I'm sorry that I've been kind of squinting at the screen to see if it was still recording and still filming. It's a little bit glary here, but anyway, sending you lots of love. Wherever you're at, wherever you're wanting to go, this is possible for you. We're just ordinary people with an extraordinary vehicle in our hands, and you've got it in your hands too. Lots of love.
Fantastic. Let's have a big round of applause for Cristina. It was great that she was able to record that. It was very challenging for her to get that to me over the internet there in Mexico, but we managed to get it sorted this morning. So we have another raffle prize draw here. Let me just grab, Justin has chatted me the name here.
Is Mary England from Australia. Congratulations, Mary England.
Awesome.
Yay!
Fantastic. Way to go. So please email me. I'll put my email address in there as well. I'll get back to you with the form to fill in for the prize winners as well after the call. So those prizes can get out to you. So there's the link if you want to enter the raffle, bit.ly/renew raffle. We also have a special offer for Australia and New Zealand only. Anyone who is a guest on this call who would like to join and become part of ASEA, we actually have free enrolment for new associates until midnight Sydney, Melbourne time, Tuesday, the 1st of December, which is a saving of 60 Australian dollars, 64 New Zealand dollars. You need to put the code ASEA Webinar 1 in at checkout to have that applied. Okay, so our next guest is Cristiyne Wong. So Cristiyne has an amazing ASEA story. So a little bit about Cristiyne is at the age of 9, Cristiyne experienced something that forever changed her. She held a young girl who died in her arms in a hospital, and since that day, her goal in life was to help others. She's watched many of her family members suffer through incredible health challenges and health trauma. And when she met ASEA, it turned Cristiyne's mission into a life vision to impact everyone that she comes into contact. She's on a mission with ASEA to empower people to take responsibility for their health as well as for their wealth. And Cristiyne believes she has a responsibility to ensure that whoever she meets and whoever she introduces to this amazing technology is educated to act with integrity and to follow the company's ethos of principles above economics. So thank you so much for being here with us, Cristiyne, and over to you to share your story.
Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone, wherever you may be. And thank you, Nicole, for giving me the opportunity to share my story. And I'm grateful that I have this opportunity to share. And I hope today with what I'm sharing, my incredible journey, with the hope that it will inspire everyone here to take action in your journey to fulfill your dreams with ASEA as the vehicle. I am a mother to 4 grown-up kids and 1 grown-up husband and 4 beautiful grandkids. There are many reasons why I'm passionate about this. As a lot of you know, my family's amazing story with ASEA. It all started 3.5 years ago when I was trying to recover from a sports injury that left me inactive for 9 months, unable to live on my shoulder. And when I was introduced to ASEA, I was skeptical like a lot of people. I'm sure some of you can relate. How can this salt water do such amazing things? However, I was an open skeptic. I attended a couple of presentations and thought, okay, I've got nothing to lose and try this product. I started trying the product, and not long after that, my husband had a serious skin condition which kills a lot of Australians. So he, instead of doing the traditional operations and whatnot, he said he would decide to try this stuff that I have. Thank God, and I'm forever grateful to him that he had the faith to try this Renew 28 and ASEA, and he had an amazing recovery as well. But it was at the same time, my granddaughter was born with a congenital problem where she was on life support. She was in ICU for 5 months. It was traumatic for all of us. On top of that, when she was discharged from the hospital, she had issues with neurological problem. She had issues with her spinal cord. So again, my husband was the one who asked me to go to America, check out the company. So I went to Utah in 2017, and I had the privilege and honor to meet up with Dr. Gary Samuelson, Dr. Robertson Ward, and told them the problems that my granddaughter was having. What they suggested was put her on the product. So imagine if you have a granddaughter who is on life support, who was born with a lung the size of a fingernail. It was awful. It was terrible for all of us. However, I came back to Melbourne, and It took me 1 month to convince my son to put the little girl on the product. So Chloe has been using ASEA Renew 28 since she was 6 months old. She started walking only when she reached 2, which were not supposed to happen, but she did. She's walking. She's now 3 years old. She's like any normal child. She's running about. She's jumping on her trampoline. She's talking. She's learning a lot of things. So I am forever grateful to Verdis Norton for not selling out this amazing breakthrough to the pharmaceutical company and putting people first. That I'm forever grateful. So the other thing, as Nicole has said, that I come from a family where I've lost my uncle, my auntie, my sister-in-law, and my sister to cancer. I lost my dad, uncles, a couple of uncles and aunties to heart disease, chronic heart problems, and an uncle to asthma. So watching my loved ones, my family struggling through all these health challenges actually had an impact on me, and also when I was young with this little girl in my arm. So since then, I've decided that I wanted to help people. But unfortunately, I couldn't get into nursing. The years of 40, 50 years ago, I couldn't get into nursing. And I started to learn more about natural alternative ways to keeping healthy. Like I studied reflexology, I studied iridology, I studied about nutrition. So I am a health freak. At my age of 68, I think I look pretty good. I used to do an hour of tennis, an hour of jogging, an hour of swimming, and an hour of gym every day. So that's why I am so much into keeping myself healthy. However, since arriving in Australia in 1994, hoping to give my family a good start in life with my 4 kids, life has been very, very tough. For many, many years, we struggled. Because my husband couldn't get a job, because he did not have local experience, he went into depression. And unfortunately for me, I do not have any tertiary education, neither did I have any computer skills. I couldn't get a job in any companies. So what did I have to do? I had to be a cleaner. I had to do what I had to do. And I'm sure a lot of migrants can relate. They come here with high hopes and they couldn't get a job, not because they're not, they just couldn't, no local experience. And because of that, my husband went into depression. And I had to do what I had to do to get jobs, ranging from cleaning, from working in the restaurant, just to support my 4 kids. And where I came from, back in my own country, we were pretty well off. But unfortunately, due to bad investment since arriving, we lost everything. So that is why I had to do what I had to do to survive. And that led me going and learning or it led me looking at various ways to work or make money. So I did dabble in a couple of network marketing companies and nothing worked. I am a very hard worker. So 3.5 years ago, when I came across ASEA, as everyone knows, I was skeptical. However, because of my life experience, I never gave up. With the results that my granddaughter was getting, it is nothing worse when your children tells you, are you sure it's ASEA? It broke my heart. It broke my heart into 1,000 pieces. I mean, looking at what my granddaughter has gone through and her results is just heartbreaking. However, I never gave up. I continued doing ASEA. For the first 2 years, we were so engaged in taking care of my granddaughter in the hospital. Only after she started walking did I put my heart and soul into ASEA. And since then, ASEA has enabled me to travel to the States 4 times in 3 years. I have traveled back to Malaysia, Singapore, New Zealand, even Singapore to promote, to market ASEA. ASEA has given me the confidence, the self-worth that we all deserve. It's given me the ability to build memories with my family. And my mission is to impact as many lives as I can, and at the same time, to start a foundation for sick kids' parents, because we have been there. My granddaughter been sick, and my son and the wife had to give up work for 2 years. So I think it's important for every one of us to know our why. My why is to impact as many lives as I can, and it is our responsibility, knowing what we have, that will help everyone out there. We can control what we do, but it's okay if there's, people said no. Until today, I still have people who said no to me. It's okay. I have followed up, and I've signed up people that I follow up for 2 years. So I hope my story has inspired every ladies out there to take some action. And thank you very, very much, Nicole, for giving me the time. Thank you.
Wow, Cristina, I've not heard all your story like that before. That is, it's amazing. So let's give Cristina a big round of applause, everyone, for sharing.
Amazing, Cristina. Thank you for sharing. Amazing.
That was really inspiring, Cristina. I've heard parts of your story before, but not all put together like that, with all of the things that have gone in your life, and
Thank you.
It's amazing what people can do with ASEA to change their life.
Oh, I forgot. ASEA has given me the opportunity to retire my husband last year. At 74.
That is
That's
really
amazing.
I'm so happy for you and all the results with your family, and being able to get out of doing cleaning and all of those other things you're doing and retire your husband, because that is, it's hard work doing that on an ongoing basis, that kind of work. So it's amazing. So we have another raffle to draw. Justin, do you want to draw the raffle there?
And the raffle winner is Eugene Heather from Australia. Congratulations, Eugene Heather.
All right, Eugene, I'm going to put Heather, I'm going to put my email in there, and if you could just email me, I won't get back to you. I'll get back to you after the call with the details of how we can get your prize out to you. So we have another speaker as well, another amazing lady to share her story. So Janene Babauskis is going to share her story of how she went from a financial train wreck to financial freedom. So Janene has a background and passion for health and nutrition and empowering others with these things. And she dedicated 25 years to the education and health of her clients. So, she started this journey as a teenager, learning the role of food, natural lifestyles choices in her quest for personal health. And her latest adventure with ASEA has been a natural progression of this. And I'm going to hand over to Janene to share her story and how ASEA has made a huge impact on your life. So over to you, Janene. Thank you so much for coming and spending the time to share with us all.
Oh, thanks, Nicole. And it's great being with all the panelists today and all of you who have logged in today to join us. Thank you so much. And Nicole, I think I've been able to Wi-Fi my phone. I was just texting Nicole saying my internet is terrible. Can you flag with me if I drop out? Because I'll at least turn off my video. That's awesome. So I'm just going to, I have a little PowerPoint here just to keep me on track. All right, now, can you see that, Nicole? Fabulous. Okay, so look, my background, I started off in traditional business. I think I'm unemployable, actually. I purchased my first business when I was 18 years old. That was in 1973. And over 3 decades, I owned several businesses. So I started in the hair and beauty industry. I had a break from that. I went into food, and then I was in the health and wellbeing industry. And look, one of my quests was to always source the best possible products for my clients. So very safe products and effective products. And on that journey, what I discovered, and we're going back 30 years ago, is that breakthrough technologies. In other words, products that were unique and stood out. All of them, without exception, were all distributed by word of mouth models. So I got to learn that a long time ago. And all of those products required education and support. So they were always in this model that we're talking about today with ASEA. Now, my more recent history between 2003 and 2013, I had a break from traditional business. And I discovered some technology that was distributed word of mouth, but it was in a direct selling model. And I was very passionate about this product. It occurred to me, everybody needs to know about it. And I had that 10-year span with them, but the culture of that company was quite off. That's probably the politest thing I could say about it. And after 10 years and working super, super hard, burnt myself out. And overnight, I resigned from that position. Now, with that model, when you resign, you literally have zero income overnight. Now, the challenge with that was that along the way, I earned very good money. And as a result of that, the bank loaned me a lot of money. So I went out and purchased an apartment. And I also completely gutted my home and renovated it. So I was servicing a very large debt. So overnight I had zero income, and I knew I'd have zero income, but the thought of staying in that position any longer, it was more attractive to work out, well, what am I going to do next? So it was a quandary. So I was passionate about teaching and food. So I thought, all right, I'm going to start a cooking school. So I started to roll out cooking classes, something I was really passionate about. But very quickly, it occurred to me that I was just trading time for money, and there just weren't enough hours in the day for me to earn the kind of income that I needed to earn and replace that income that I'd stepped away from. And financially, I was going backwards $1,000 a week. So that felt like being on a train and heading for a cliff. So here I was in 2014, financially challenged. I was actually at this point at the risk of losing my home. My general well-being was very declined. I wasn't recovering from that burnout. I was stressed. I felt really sad. I felt lost. So on the outside, I looked functional, but when I was at home on my own, I was very, very dysfunctional. I had sun damage on my face, the kind that needs surgery. My energy was terrible. I wasn't sleeping well. And for the first time in my life, I started to look my age. I was turning 60 and I was starting to look rusty on the outside, and that was matching how I was feeling on the inside. The concern around all that was I was a health practitioner. I had the answers, but what I knew to do for the first time in my life wasn't working. So this was an added burden to me. And the worst part of it all was I was actually a source of worry for my daughters instead of, rather than being an inspiration for them. So in 2014, September, a good friend of mine said, let's run a Born Rich program. Both of us were facilitators of that program. Now, why am I mentioning this? Because I had tools to actually work on my mindset and create a future that would give me abundance in all areas of my life, but I wasn't doing it. And what I saw was a great opportunity that when Jay and I put together a group of people, invited them to participate with us, by supporting them to create their future and their dreams, I knew that that was going to have me do the work and for me to create my dreams as well. So I set a goal, one of those goals where it's like, I don't even know how I'm going to do that. That's the perfect goal when you're in a mindset personal development program. And 3 months into that program, I received a Facebook message from somebody I didn't know very well, an ex-colleague. She lived in Queensland, and she just said words like unique, health product, natural, take a look. Now, I, as a health practitioner, will have those things sent to me quite often. And most of the time, you know, I'll take it ages to look at them. Some of them I just ignore, but there was something calling me about this. I don't even know what it was. So I clicked on the link that Cheryl sent me, and look, within minutes I had goosebumps. So I felt really compelled to call her up and find out more about it. And listen, I had so many questions. Her head was spinning, but Cheryl connected me up with some amazing people. Justin and Nicole were part of that connection, and I got to have all my questions answered. Because one of the things that was really important to me was, if this technology was as I was reading, then I know it would be something I'd want to share. But what stood out most important to me was who's behind this? What's the company culture? What's their mission? What's their ethos? Having been through a particularly challenging 10 years with a company that their integrity was off, I didn't want to go down that road again. So anyway, I got all my questions answered, and I ordered in the gel, because that's what we had in 2015. Oh boy, in 6 weeks, my body and spirit healed. My joint trauma healed. I had 3 clients ask me if I'd had a facelift, a good one, of course. My energy was up, my mojo was back. And listen, it was occurring to me like, oh my God, everybody needs to know about it. And in fact, I met up with some friends who are naturopaths and homeopaths, and they're like, what are you on? We want it. You look different and you feel different. And certainly I could see and feel that for myself. So I started sharing the molecules. Now, you know, it was just sharing with friends and colleagues, just chatting to people about it in amongst everything else I was doing. And on July the 11th, which was the month that the Born Rich program, my rank, I went bronze. And I was earning $1,000 a week. So I had actually achieved that goal that I set, and that was enough to turn the train around. So now I had choices that I certainly didn't have before. And boy, did I feel different about that. So, you know, part-time or full-time? Well, you know what? I was just doing it part-time because I continued with my cooking school for another 2 years. And then I retired from the cooking school and I started an Airbnb for 2 years. And then in September 2019, I retired the Airbnb and I went full-time with ASEA. Now, what does full-time mean? It's not like a 9 to 5, 40-hour week. It's sharing the molecules and contributing to others and making a difference around other things that are important to me, like family and my health, and being in the country on the weekend with chickens and vegetables and all of those things that I love to do. And now my big PS here is I would never choose traditional business over this business model again. I can run my business anywhere. I've got a laptop and a phone. I don't have staff to worry about. I don't have all those overheads. I don't have stock. I don't have websites to update. Look, it goes on and on. I never want to go back to that ever again. Oh gosh, the travel opportunity. I've been to so many beautiful places around the world since I've been with ASEA, and I've had my daughters with me some of those trips and my ASEA family, and these are just some of the photos. I've had so much fun exploring. And the other thing is, you know, I got to meet other ASEA people from all around the 33 different countries that this product is in. So very, very important to me to belong to this family. The other opportunity that I had, Sally and I both had this opportunity this year. We actually partnered the Advancing Life Foundation, which is part of ASEA, and their mission is to break cycles of poverty, abuse and suffering. And Sally and I went to Cambodia and contributed to the mission over there of a beautiful man, Chantha, who's in the photo there with me, and his stand for the Cambodian people. And in fact, Sally and I have maintained that support since we've been back, raising money for fresh water wells and homes and all sorts of things that we just take for granted here. in the Western world and around the world that these people do not have. They do not have access to clean drinking water. So that has been such a beautiful privilege as part of being with ASEA. So you might be asking the question, well, can I do this? Absolutely. Why? Because all the resources and professional development you will need is available from mentors. And it's an equal opportunity, which Cristine mentioned. You know, it doesn't matter how old you are, what background you are, what sort of education you've got. It seriously doesn't matter. If you're willing to learn and fail forward, make those mistakes. I mean, you have to be bad at something before you get good at it, and have that fabulous mentorship of the ASEA family. You know, you can create whatever you want. Anything that's important to you is available out of ASEA and this business model. And I got to say, the business model is a disguise for personal development, and that's so important. So your business can only grow as much as you develop as a human being. And boy, you know, that is such a gift from this model. So the journey is about believing, belonging, and becoming. That is the culture of ASEA, and the ethos, as Cristina mentioned, is principle and purpose over ego and economics. But the big thing for me was, a bit teary, I got to believe in myself again. And I'm just so grateful, because I was lost. I really, really lost myself. And I get to contribute to others and assist others, because the thing I noticed as a health practitioner, there were two areas that people were really, really suffering. And that was their health, but also their financial well-being. And ASEA and this business opportunity addresses both of those. So I just want to finish off with a saying from Dr. Shackley, and that is, success in this industry is not in finding the right person, but in becoming the right person. So I thank you for joining us today. I hope that you've had some ideas from this, and that you feel that, yes, you could do this if you wanted to. So reach out to the person who invited you, or if you're already in ASEA and using the products, you know, you might want to create a vision and set your goals. The sky's the limit. You go for it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Janene. Big round of applause for Janene. So yeah, it was great to have you to share with us, and you know, it's amazing. People have so many amazing stories in ASEA, and I love all of these stories that people have shared with you today. They didn't start this full time. They started it around all of these other things that they were doing, and that is the beautiful, beautiful thing about this business model and about this industry, is people can start it around the commitments they already have in their life, and change their life to a life that can look very different. So I'm sure we have another raffle prize winner to announce. So Justin, do you have that to announce?
We do. The raffle prize winner is Kerry Lynch from Australia. Congratulations, Kerry Lynch. Please email gojustinandnicole@gmail.com so we can organise your prize to go out to you. Well done.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Justin. So this is, if you are here as a guest, or, you know, you're going to send the recording of this to someone as a guest, we'll have that available probably tomorrow for you. This is the code ASEA Webinar 1, Australia and New Zealand only, free enrolment for new associates until midnight Sydney, Melbourne time on Tuesday, the 1st of December. So just, yeah, make sure that you let people know about that. It's also, you know, helps people to make a decision and get started, get some of those molecules into them before the festive season and the overindulgences of that start, although maybe they have started already. I know there's already been a few parties going on. So I'm just going to close off with a little bit of an overview of the network marketing industry. So my background, for those of you who don't know me, is I actually come from a corporate background. So I ran my own project management consulting firm for many, many years prior to coming to ASEA. And the reason that I started that and had my own business is at the age of 25, I was the youngest person in middle management of a very male-dominated organization, very male-dominated industry. And I did that for a couple of years, and I managed all these staff, and my staff were all older than me. And, you know, I was successful, like the epitome of a successful female in her 20s. But I looked around at my life and I was like, I didn't want to have that life moving forward, you know, where I would be working long hours, and when I had a family, like I wouldn't get home until like the kids would be just about asleep, because it's very demanding working in project management. It's not something that you can just be like, I'm finished at like 5 o'clock and go home. It just doesn't work like that. So I was like, I don't really want to do that. So at 27, I chose to step out of that and set up my own consulting firm. But that was like trading time for money. And I would get hired on big, high profile projects, which were also very demanding on my time. And, you know, I was the one that they hired to deliver them. I got paid extremely well for it, but my time wasn't always my own. So when I came across ASEA, and I kind of understood, I did a bit of research on the network marketing business model, and I understood it. I decided that this was something that I was going to pursue, which could give me my highest values in life of time freedom and location freedom. They're the things that are important to me. I actually live, Justin and I live on an island an hour north of Brisbane, which we only kind of leave to take our daughter to school normally, and maybe a few things that we do, but we actually like to be here, and I like to have control over how I spend my time. And that's something the network marketing industry can really give. But I'm going to give you a bit of an overview of the potential of the industry, because I really didn't understand what was possible in this industry when I started. So network marketing, really all it is about is building a network of distribution for products and services using word of mouth, whether that's in person or on social media. And it's been a proven business model for almost a century now. So it's basically sharing the products and building a network of wholesale consumers of the products and other people who want to share the products. So if we have a look at different industries, and this is something I really didn't realize, we have very large industries. You know, the US music industry, 16 billion a year. The global skincare industry, 79 billion a year. The global networking industry, $183 billion a year. And this is a couple of years ago. I think it's actually higher than that now. So it's a really big global industry. And many entrepreneurs are embracing it. Warren Buffett actually invests in a lot of network marketing companies that are listed on the stock exchange. Robert Kiyosaki, editor of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And 52% of small businesses in the US, fewer than 500 employees, are home-based. So entrepreneurs are embracing this type of business model. This guy, Paul Filser, is a really famous economist, and he is the author of 9 best-selling books. And, you know, he's got like a long list of credentials, and he also is an advocate. So these are people who understand economics. He says he sees great opportunities coming for network marketing, because network marketing is the best vehicle we have today in the United States and around the world to educate people about new products and services. And as you can hear from some of the experiences that women have shared with you today, Redox really does require some education. You're not really going to pick it all up off a website or off a brochure or something like that. You really do need people to share the experiences with you. So network marketing pays out over 100 billion a year, 8.4 billion a month, 275 million a day, and it's growing, and it's actually increased in the last 5 years. So this is like, instead of paying for marketing companies and advertising and all of that, they pay regular people like you and like me and like the people you heard from today to share the products with people and the message. So it's very powerful as well. And this is something that really, you know, was important to me. It's leveraged income that you can earn beyond yourself. So I'd been paid very well in my corporate career and in my business, but it was based on me showing up and giving my time, giving my expertise and my talent. And if I wasn't working, I wasn't getting paid. Whenever I took a holiday, I didn't get paid. And that's the difference with network marketing, is you can earn beyond you, and it can be residual income. So now when I take a holiday, and, you know, kids get a lot of school holidays, I still get paid, whether I'm only working a little bit or not at all. I actually still have a residual income because I built that over a couple of years. So what does that really mean, a residual income? So people, you know, that's what people are looking to build for when they retire, right? But to have a residual income of just $2,500 a month at 3% per year, which you would struggle to get right now, is $1 million in the bank. And I don't know about you, but I don't have that kind of money sitting around in the bank. And, you know, a $12,500 a month income would be a $5 million in the bank. So this is where the power of residual income is really important. Even $750 residual income a month is equivalent to having $300,000 in the bank, which people don't have sitting around, right? But you can easily build that level of residual income, you know, $500, $1,000 a month through network marketing. So people also have a lot of preconceptions about the industry, which I definitely had when I came to this industry. I was like, is that like something weird where you like spam your friends? But it doesn't have to be like that. You can do it in a really authentic way, where you have quality products like ASEA has, and you have education system to teach you about the products, to teach you about entrepreneurship, and to teach you about leadership. And as you know, Janene and Sally, Cristina spoke about, it is about developing and growing yourself. It really is part of how you develop in this industry and build an income beyond yourself and develop as a leader and become an inspiration to other people and to help them get out of the challenges that they are in. Like they look to you where you're further along the journey, and you can be an inspiration for those people to really transform and turn their life around. So something that's really important when you look at an opportunity is that the products are good. So you don't want people to be able to go and get the products anywhere or a lower quality version in a store. So you have to have something that is unique. So we definitely have that with ASEA in the Redox products. You know, Sally spoke about the Redox science. For me, it was also really important to partner with the right company and that they had integrity and values. You know, that's something Cristine spoke about. That, you know, they put principles and purpose over ego and economics. And that is something the founders and the corporate team are very committed to. So ASEA has been in operation 10 years. So they're definitely over that place where most companies go broke within their first 5 years. And they are sold in, you know, 32 countries around the world, and, you know, getting up towards more like the 200 million US in annual sales now. And we're number 44 of global direct sales companies in 2019 as well. So these are all important things to look for and consider, because you don't want to invest your time into something that's not going to be there in a year or 2 years or 3 years. You know, your time is one of your your health and your time are two of your most valuable resources. Okay. So you can't get them back, and they're really important. So this is, you know, kind of what ASEA has and the things that I was looking for. They have these products, they had great results with them. They have a great culture of empowering people. They have, you know, the compensation plan works, how you get paid, a lot of systems and support, and nobody else has redox technology. ASEA is the only company in the world that has balanced redox products. So this is very unique, and, you know, it's going to be like antioxidants were, but when people hadn't heard about antioxidants, no one knew what they were. Now they do, and everyone is going to know about redox in the future. So you can be part of ASEA and kind of catch the wave of something new as well. So the last 30 years, a lot of companies in this industry were about vitamins and minerals, antioxidant formulas, and exotic juices. And so ASEA has this new cutting edge cellular health technology, redox signaling molecules. And, you know, you are still probably one of the first people in the world to hear about this. Even though ASEA is growing and they've got all this annual sales, it's still small compared to what it can be. So this is really an opportunity to be a part of bringing a new technology to people in the country where you live. I know we have people from all around the world and to people all around the globe. And of course, ASEA still has like some really great nutritional products. They're still important, and they have those as well. So, you know, redox technology is a category creator. It has third-party science, has life-changing benefits. It's heavily patented. You can't get it anywhere else, and it has no competition. So this also is a great opportunity, not just to bless and change people's lives through the power of the products, which is something that, you know, was really important to me, that I can really make a difference for people. And for my husband, Justin, he's always been in the health and wellbeing sector, but to also be able to help people to transform their financial future. Because, you know, when people are stressed out financially, usually then their health goes down as well. So, and we've had that situation personally. So where do you see yourself? You know, you're sitting here, obviously you've been interested to come and listen and invite yourself, and someone's invited you. Do you want to, you know, just be a product user? That's totally fine. A lot of us started there. Or do you want to be able to pay for your product and support your family to optimize their well-being? And you want to be able to, you know, help contribute to some other things you'd like for your family. So you could have a goal to kind of like reach this one of these ranks in ASEA, director to director 700, invest, you know, 3 to 5 hours a week and work towards getting paid that consistently in 6 months by having that consistent effort of, you know, 3 to 5 hours a week and set a goal to earn $500 to $1,000 a month. Or perhaps you want to supplement your income. And you want to invest some more time, you're willing to put in some more time, 5 to 10 hours a week, and you want to earn a few $1,000s a month. So you will be setting your goals to kind of like reach more into some of the executive ranks in ASEA, if that is what you want to do. Or maybe like I really caught the vision of this when I saw it, and I was like, I want to replace my income, which was a very significant multiple 6-figure income. But I was like, that is what I'm going to do. And I was able to retire myself in less than 2 years from that income because I set the intention and I worked around my full-time job. I did 15 to 30 hours a week around my more than full-time business that I had and Justin's full-time job. And I was able to stop doing that other work in under 2 years. And I actually fell pregnant and had a baby. So it was really, really perfect timing that I was able to do that. So what, you know, there's the right choice for you, for each of you that is listening, to get whatever that you want with ASEA. And as you've heard from some of our other wonderful guests today, they kind of also made that decision and were able to do that as well. So I'm sure Justin has another last prize draw for us today before we close off. I'm just going to put up the screen here so you can grab that ASEA Webinar 1 code for the free enrollment as well. And I will flick that out. So get back to your leaders as well if they need that code as well, so that they can pass that around to people and pass around the recording of this when it's available. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. And over to you, Justin.
Thank you, Nicole, for a fantastic presentation. Let's give her a round of applause. Yay, champion. And of course, thank you, Nicole, for organizing so much of behind the scenes with these events. They really wouldn't happen without you. It's amazing. So I have been going to my Google random number picker, and the winner is Michelle Payne. Congratulations, Michelle Payne from Australia. Congratulations. Please, Michelle, email your contact details to gojustinandnicole.com at gmail.com so we can organize the prize to go to you. That's fantastic. Yeah, round of applause. Awesome. Who doesn't want free stuff? Free stuff's really cool. All right. Well, look, thank you, everyone, for participating in today. And, you know, huge thank you to the amazing speakers, the inspirational people that we get to be a part of and have in our life as a part of this ASEA mission. It's been absolutely extraordinary. The ASEA journey is much more than just a health product or a great income. It is absolutely a meaningful purpose worthy of our time. So make sure you use that ASEA webinar number 1 to get your promotion benefits. And back to you, Nikki, to sign out. Thanks, everyone.
So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Stay tuned. We will be resuming these events in 2021. This is our last one for 2020. So wishing you, if you're in the North America, an amazing and happy Thanksgiving over there, and for happy holidays and Merry Christmas for everybody else that celebrates Christmas. I'm always looking forward to Christmas time of year. I love it. And having some time with my family. So I hope everyone gets to enjoy some time with their family over the upcoming holidays. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Nicole.